Rangers cannot catch a break when they want to redo Mighty Morphin from the original. We had the re-envisioning, which was absolute dog shit, which no Power Ranger fan really likes, or if so, not many of them like that version of Mighty Morphin. And now we're getting an AI enhanced version, which no one asked for, no one wanted, and it's probably cost quite a bit of money for something that no one's really going to watch. I've not really talked about this just yet because I wanted to see what was happening. I knew it wasn't going to be absolutely fantastic because for a really proper remaster, AI enhanced or whatnot, you need the master tapes. Originally, I thought that this was going to get the Star Trek treatment for next generation, where they run through absolutely everything to upscale it, to make it Blu-ray quality, and that looks absolutely fantastic for what they've done, but they had the master files. Now, Power Rangers was shot on film back in the day, so those reels of film have completely disappeared, or they've probably disintegrated, or they've ended up in a collector's collection. It's very thing. Like, I guarantee somewhere, some person has like either majority of either the tapes or the film or wherever it's gone. I guarantee some people do actually have them. If not, then they've just literally disintegrated if they've not been like carefully looked after. So when hearing that the AI version was coming, I knew it was going to be dog water. And in a bit, we're going to be looking at how it is from actually YouTube, because Power Rangers has actually uploaded a version of this so that we can see it. And I'm going to point out, I had a brief look at this, and there are some things in here that we're going to look at which just don't make sense. Now, I was talking to a very close friend, and we talked about how the AI enhancement version is probably widescreen. Now, when you put this into a short, it doesn't look that great. And if this is true and it is a widescreen version, then generally it's like going to be zoomed in a little bit. So we won't be able to see it until it's actually released properly. But yeah, there are some things in this that just don't make sense to me, and it's just why would you do this? Okay, so first of all, the main things is the enhanced versions here will obviously have a little bit of color, but when you kind of look at some parts, it just doesn't kind of look that great because you do lose detail in this, and we have lost a little bit of detail. One thing is most of this looks completely washed out. So when you see Rita's face, you can see, yeah, around this part it's all lighter, but you kind of lose a little bit of kind of detail around like her cheekbones, where you can see in the original that it's a lot darker and it actually kind of stands out. Looking at like small little details. Now, some people may not give a shit about this. Don't worry, like if you don't give a shit about it, that's absolutely fine. But when we, people who want to see all of this really, really want to see like the fine detail, like living back in the 90s. But even here, like you can see her hands on the original better than you can here. And there doesn't seem to be kind of like any interlacing a little bit. Yeah, you can see that this part here has been kind of enhanced a little bit, but when you look at the original, it looks far better. So it's, some of this is just going to be color. Again, when on the original here, you can see that there's more detail. I can see her face properly, but when it comes to the enhanced version, I can't really see that much. But you see that you obviously lose a little bit of color, and you can see here again, if this is the widescreen version, that this is zoomed in a little bit, so you're not going to see everything. If it isn't a widescreen version, then you are losing parts of the frame, which could be very vital to it. But the original, you can see her here, and this is just kind of like washed out a little bit. Now I know, again, some detail doesn't really give like much to people, and that's fine, but I don't want to lose stuff. And again, you can see around like Babu, like it's blurry a little bit. With the original here, you can see at least some of the lines here. You can see a lot of the rocks, but mainly like if you look around here, this has been like kind of smoothed out. So again, you're losing a lot of like detail in this. Here, all of these are just, you can't really see them that much. But yeah, like even the outline of the command center here, when you look at it there, it just blurs in. It's just kind of, it's really, really weird. Now, okay, so Zordon's not too bad. It looks okay. But this is what I want to kind of point out. So this is what I was seeing. is the enhanced version smooths all of this out. When you look at the original, you can see the back of Alpha. You can see a lot more detail on the original compared to here, and it just looks off. But yeah, like, I don't know why you would kind of lose detail on that one. Now, this is one of the things that I saw, and it feels like here, I think I was watching it. Yeah. So notice how where Jason teleports out, it changed slightly, because when I actually wrote this and looking over a few things, I noticed that these lines back here are completely like straight, where you see there's gaps here. Now, I don't know if that was meant to be like, I mean, this is meant to be waves because obviously it's Palm Beach, so it makes more sense. And you notice I think it's shrunk it as well. Like, it's shrunk and it's like smoothed out this part here, where this is meant to be waves. This is looking really bad. Like, you can tell that they changed it. So like, yeah, I think it's, let's just go back a little bit. Yeah, so I think it just like smooths it all out. Yeah, it just smooths it out. It's not that great. Now, Zach's hands, this is another big thing. Again, all right, so we'll go back to Zach in a bit, but looking here, to me, it's just massively off. You know, it's like, oh, we're lighting this up, like making him look brighter, but it's just taking the colors out. Yeah. Oh man, I've never noticed that. I've never noticed that when it comes to looking at it, that they don't actually have the hoods all the way up. Now, okay, so the Megazord, when you look at Megazords and in the color detail, it's all too light. But look at here, like, you can see this looks properly like the hands, but it looks like it's kind of like mashing it up. And this looks darker than most. It's just weird. So obviously my morphing, that's fine. They changed this again for some strange reason at the end. It just looks really off. Like, looking at the original, and again, them brightening up the color. Okay, yeah, you can see more definition in like Jason or Austin's arms, but this one looks a lot better. I don't know why you'd want to see a more brighter version of his face. Yeah, like, this has definitely made this bigger. So it obviously looks like it has been zoomed in, because why would you want to zoom in? Again, like, you're just going to lose frames, and that's not what I think is a good thing. But like, even just looking at Trini, like Twee is perfect, but here they've just lightened it up, so it looks really, really off. Like, no, like, you basically, it looks like they've just upped I think maybe the saturation or something. And again, like, it's just like, you can see that they've just gotten rid of like little parts on her face. Like, you know, you can see that, like, her cheeks and stuff, but here it just looks like it's just smoothed over. Basically, all this looks like is a Snapchat filter. And again, with Zach, they've brightened him up where this is the true color that the camera would have seen. Again, you can see it here. Like, this is the true color-ish, and then this is just a lightened up version. It's these little things. Now, obviously, again, like, it's even like they brought up the lines here in the background to smooth it all out, and it just doesn't look right. Again, it looks really off. Like, this isn't going to be a true color. And I know I keep like going on about it all, but this is what a lot of people want to see, is the proper version of it. Again, it's just, okay, I'm going to try not to talk about the light, but you can see what I mean. Like, this is obviously again, the normal color, but this is just lightened up. Like, even the footage, like, look at the Pink Ranger. Like, where the lighting is meant to, or the sunlight is here, and maybe some other lights if they've got them in, but just right here, it's off. Like, I mean, probably like the naming, like where it says Jew Ranger there, maybe would be a cool thing. But again, it's not going to heighten everything. And it looks like it's zoomed in, because if you look at where, like, look at the bow here, it goes all the way up, but here it stops. So it looks like it has been zoomed in, which, again, why? Again, here, it's more of the hair, and there's no point of this being zoomed in. You could have rendered this out for a short. It's not that hard. Yeah, zoomed in majorly. No point. I mean, maybe this looks a little bit better, but again, I don't like it. And it's not because I don't want to see this flourish. I would love to see Mighty Morphing like properly redone by going over frame by frame and making it better. But I don't think this is it. I don't think it is, because again, you're losing stuff around. Now, obviously this was shot by 4:9, so obviously they never thought that it was going to be widescreen of like 16:9, which a lot of like shows, a lot of films and all that, or maybe like TV shows. So if you don't know, when you're looking back at this and you watch it on Netflix and there are black lines down the side of it, then that is due to the fact of there is nothing out there. There's nothing to fill that in. If this today was, if Mighty Morphin was shot, say, even in HD, then you'd get the full like experience. But back then they never thought, oh, well, this is gonna like get enhanced. I mean, there's slightness in the color, like just fade. It looks faded. Again, here you can definitely tell it has been zoomed in. And if you're like, oh, it hasn't, look at the sign here. I don't know what that says, but yeah, that's blurred it out. Where I could probably read this a lot better. But yeah, it's just made it worse. And the thing is, no one asked for an AI version of this whatsoever. And I feel like Playmates or Hasbro, whoever greenlit this, was like, yeah, this will get everyone back in. We'll have a clearer version. Now, I'm guessing that they probably spent a lot of money on this. And one of the things that I would have done is I would have tried to have tracked down at least a majority of the actual footage, like the actual tapes that were out. I don't know if you could probably use the VHSs as well and kind of redo that one to make it a little bit better. But the way that I see all of this is it just seems like it's a lazy attempt. It just feels like this is just a quick cash grab, that this will go out on YouTube. It will gain some hits because people will want to see how they did the Green Ranger, how they did like, you know, the beginning part, and maybe Doomsday, whatever they want to do. Or maybe they'll just go through all of it. I don't know if they've got all the seasons for like, you know, all of Mighty Morphin, but I generally don't think that this is what the fans want. I feel like, again, you could have spent the money trying to acquire the tapes, or even asking the people that have them in collections, if they could find them, say, hey, could we just borrow these for like a bit? Like, you can come down and watch what we do, but then just kind of scan it all in and just work better on it and then give them a free copy or something. Again, I don't want to see this fail. I would love to have had this on a Blu-ray release. I would have loved to have seen a lot more stuff from it, because I would like to see how technology now could actually enhance this, so we can see some of the stuff that has been hidden, that was too grainy, that was too like whatever. I would generally really like that, and I would go through Mighty Morphin once again to get the full experience and go, man, this is bringing me back to the 90s. This is bringing me back to my childhood. I want to see that clarity in crisp HD or Blu-ray quality, whatever. I would love to see it for this project, but I feel like this is just not what we've signed up for. I feel like this is just bringing it out because you have a brand new toy line, and that is pretty much it. I generally think that this is going to be a big flop, and it will get some views, don't get me wrong. People will watch it to see what it's like, but I generally don't think it's going to be the big thing that they want. And I hope that I am proven wrong. I generally hope that I could be proven wrong on this, but right now I feel like they could have spent more time. From what I've seen, I'm not a big super fan of this. I don't think it's going to be the best, but I generally thought, you know what, I want to have a look into it. I've seen a few things, and yeah, if this is all like widescreen, we'll see what comes up. But if not, then you've just basically lost a certain amount of frames, which can absolutely put people off. We've seen it with Dragon Ball Z. We've seen it with the multiple takes that they do that. But yeah, I wanted to make a video on this. I wanted to go like have a look frame by frame to see what it was like. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Have you seen this? What do you think about the AI? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, why not hit the like button, hit subscribe, because I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I think it would be absolutely really, really cool. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。